Get my six. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the most awesomest homesteading channel on the entire planet that has nothing to do with homesteading. Homesteading off the grid. We're on my back porch today because you are not going to believe what I just got for free. So there's this thing I've wanted. It's for practicality purposes. I'll explain that a bit throughout the video because I'm going to do an unboxing, an assembling if that's required. I think to a degree there will be some, and a testing, and then tell you why I got this instead of something else. But here's the deal. I contacted one of my favorite sponsors and said, hey, I want this thing. Do you have it? She says, no, but let me look around. Maybe I can find somebody that does. So she got back in touch with me and she says, good news, bad news, good news. I'm like, what? She goes, well, I found what you want. I'm like, great. She goes, number 2, we can't get it in our sponsorship line. I was like, well, that sucks. She goes, number 3, I know a guy at the other company that I dated in college, and he's always considered me to be his one that got away, and like, he does anything I want. I can get one of these things for you based upon one condition. And I'm like, what? And she says, you can't tell me no for anything that I ask you to demo for the month of May. This is currently May 2024. I'm like, okay, but like, you're not going to have to like know this guy biblically to make this happen, are you? She goes, oh my God, no. I'm in California and married, and he's in New York and married. It's just like, he just does everything I want. I'm like, okay, cool. So I got all kinds of products I don't even really understand coming to do demos on here soon. But she got this worked out. She sent it to me. You're not going to believe what I just got. This is not a sponsored video. I'm not getting commissions on this. She worked it out for me to get one of these to sponsor other products. Now, those will be sponsored videos. Check this thing out. Ready? And these disinfectant wipes were bothering me in the background. All right, so I've got a couple of things up here holding the fleece on. I feel like Vanna White right here showing you this. You ready? And under curtain number 3 we have... Whew, look at that. Check it out. It's a freaking Realtree 200cc, 196 actually, mini bike. It's one of those little motorcycles with like a gas-powered lawnmower type engine on it. Good for up to 200 pounds worth of rider, which I'm well under that mark. Barely. It's for 13 and older. It's great for adults and kids. Powerful centrifugal clutch drive, front suspension, headlight, oversized low pressure tires, rear cargo rack, 8,000 authorized service centers. So guys, I've been wanting one of these for a while. Actually, I wanted a UTV, but those are like 10 grand, and I just can't see parting with 10 grand over something that I could do mostly with my truck that I already have. So, and I'm very practical. So I just wasn't going to do it. But then a lot of what I need to do around here is, I've planted thousands of trees on my property since I purchased the property 8 years ago. My wife and son have helped as well. And there's a lot of trees that need pruning. There's a lot of trees that we have the tree guards around to protect from the deer. Just a lot of work. And I'll be out somewhere, hundreds of meters away from the house when I see a tree or a couple of trees that needs work. So I say, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. So after I work out, run 5 miles, do whatever, then I'll go out and start doing this work stuff. And if I've forgotten one tool, and this happens regularly, it's like doing another workout, walking back to the woodshed to get the tool, walking back. And I don't want to drive my truck around for everything, every little thing. But then I'll be on another end of the property one day and see this one thing that needs fixed. And I say, well, gosh, I've got to go back 400 meters. That's a quarter of a mile to get the tool. And it's like, I only have so much physical energy. I have a lot of it because I'm fit. I eat a healthy diet. I don't abuse substances, no tobacco products. But I just don't have the energy to do all that I want to do. So there's only a handful of tools I need to work with for my tree jobs, and they can all fit in a backpack. So I thought, why not get one of these? Because they're like, I was looking, you can get these on Walmart.com for like $700. You can get them at like Tractor Supply for $800 or $900. Lowe's sells a similar product for like $800 or $900. And I thought, I can part with that. And I almost bought one, but then I thought, wait a minute, you get all this free stuff as an influencer here on social media. And so that's something I'm trying to remember more of. And so that's how it's worked out. That's how we got it. So let me unbox it, since this is an unboxing video. I don't usually do a lot of these. But this is worth it, right? Saved $800 to $1,000. And if any assembly is required. I do have my brand new Weaver multi-piece Tough Tools for half the price set that my favorite sponsors recently sent me for free. I can use this on the bike if I need to. So, let me go get a box cutter. I'll try to remember to cut out the dead space. All right. All righty. Wow. Wow. You know, it doesn't look like, looks like maybe I just might have to put the handlebars on. A couple of wonderful ladies in their mid-30s brought this out on a delivery truck, and I guess they're familiar with them. And they told me that they thought all I had to do was put on the handlebars. It looks like they're probably right. And then, what do you know? It looks like I probably could have just lifted this up and didn't even need to cut that open. Yeah, look at that. Oh well, and then my wife will use this cardboard in her garden, put down in between rows of vegetables. Keep the weeds from coming up. Look at this. Let's get a closer look, huh? Wow, look at this. Isn't it pretty? So, tell you what, I'm gonna pause for now, take all this stuff off of it, get it ready to see what it is we do need to do, if it's the handlebars or if it's something more, and then I'll start recording again, okay? Okay guys, so I've got it unwrapped, all the plastic off. I've still got it in the metal frame, but I want to show you what we have. It's fully assembled except for a couple of things. The front tire and the front fender is not on the bike. I'll have to put that on. And then the handlebars, you can see they're right here. I'm just going to have to put those on. That's going to be very simple, but at least the cords are connected. The brake cord, the throttle, it's got just like a regular motorcycle, a twist throttle. And it has a headlight, and I've noticed something already I like about this headlight. It's not screwed on tightly into a fixed position, but it's on tight enough to where it's going to be firm. I could ride this around and it's not going to move, but I can adjust just by reaching down with my hand where I want to put my spotlight, okay? So that's pretty neat. Now I want to point out here, the engine ships without oil. I kind of assumed it would come with the oil, but it didn't. Fortunately, I have oil and it's a proper amount or the proper type. So you got to put the oil in so you don't burn up your engine. So this is this side. It's got the little foot pegs. It's got a kickstand to use, chain driven. It's got a little rack on the back, as you can see there. Nice, comfortable looking seat. It's just a gas powered engine, just like a lawnmower. And then I want to point some stuff out to you. I'm not going to be needing my Weaver toolkit because what's a little bit of assembly is required. And here you see the brackets for the handlebars. It came with the tools required to do the assembly. So if you're a guy like I've been most of my life, the only tools you have is a hammer and some duct tape. You don't have to worry about going out and getting a tool set because it'll be shipped with the tools. And then it comes with 3 different owner's manual. Well, assembly, inspection instruction, owner's manual, and then it comes with an owner's manual just for the engine itself. And so I made sure to look in here. It says it prefers 10W30, SAE 10W30, and of course that's good from temperatures to about 5 below zero to above 100. What I had in my garage was something for an old lawnmower, SAE 30, but according to this chart, this is fine because this is good for temperatures from 50 to above 100. It is spring in Central Virginia. We will rarely see a day below 50 until this coming late fall. So this will get me through my first run with this thing, and then when I do an oil change, I'll just drop down to 10W30. So looks pretty simple. Let me figure out how to take it out of this cage. Looks like all I got to do is maybe put the tire on while it's in the cage. It might be easier than take some of the cage apart and roll it out. And I'll let you know any sort of trouble I have with it. If I come into a certain particular problem that's troublesome, once I figure it out, I'll make sure to record and show you how to overcome that yourself, okay? Well, guys, here's the final assembled product. Doesn't it look nice? Let me tell you, I'm not good at putting stuff together. So what I'll note about us putting it together, I was right. All you had to do was cinch the handlebars on, which was easy. You have to put the front tire on because the front tire is not on it. I had to get my wife and son to help me with that, but they're champs, no problem there. Now, the back tire is fully inflated, but the front tire came deflated. So make sure you have a pump or you have access to one. And what else was there? I did need to use some of my own tools, and the biggest reason why was because of this frame. When you take it out of the metal frame, there's the top part. You have to hold one end of the, you have to hold the bolt while you turn the nut, or vice versa, and they don't give you enough wrenches to do that with. So you will need, I used a 14 millimeter to get it out of the crate, and then same thing, you also have to put on the front fender. I needed a 10 millimeter for that. Now, one came with it, but that was only to, I mean, unless you want to just hold it with your hands, but of course, as you know, you're not going to get it tight enough. Again, I like how the headlight is adjustable on the go. So now, what I'm going to do is put gasoline in the tank. I'm going to put oil in it. And this thing has the same style choke, idle, and starting mechanism as my wood splitter. This is actually a Coleman motor, Coleman product. The owner manual will say Coleman all over it. So it didn't say it on the box. It says Real Tree on the bike, but this is a Coleman product. And these are on Amazon. So I will put a link to this neat little bike on Amazon for my affiliate marketing program. So therefore, it is somewhat of a sponsored video. I'll get a commission, but I'm going to send you to the bike, a Coleman bike. That's pretty much the twin cousin of this one. But let's get this thing fueled up, get the front tire inflated, and let's see how she runs. Okay, guys, so we've got the tire inflated. Talking with my glasses in my mouth. I wanted to show you the inside of the gas tank. It's got one of those safety filters in there so you don't get debris in there. And then the cap works just like my wood splitter. Let's put it on there and it's closed. We're going to start out up here in a minute. Again, this has never been started. It's just been assembled. The owner's manual is really helpful for a guy like me that isn't very good at fixing stuff. I didn't screw this in all the way yet because I want to show you. It comes with a dipstick, so it's filled to the proper level. What I will tell you is that as I try to do this left-handed, even though I'm a righty, is that it took probably a third of a quart, somewhere between a fourth and a third. And again, I'm using SAE 30. Make sure to check your owner's manual. It'll tell you what it recommends based upon temperatures in your area. Here's something I would recommend. Get a funnel that is flexible because this frame portion right here is kind of in the way. If you just had a straight funnel, it might be difficult. I saw this in another demo video on these bikes. I got this off of Amazon for like $7. So now let's put the phone in the tripod. I'm going to show you how to start it. First time it's ever been started. All right, so you can see everything from here. It's a pull start, just like an old-timey lawnmower. Here's the idle up on top. Here's the choke. Wait a minute, that moves back when you hit the throttle. I'm sorry. Yeah, that is the idle, which is activated by the hand throttle. Here's the choke. And it looks like, without putting my old man glasses back on, it's off. So if you want to choke it, you set it to on. We will choke it since it's never been started. And then this, again, is for the gasoline. It's on. This is the off position. It says so right here. This is on. So we'll leave that fuel line open. When we're finished riding, we'll turn it off so that it doesn't just drip gas down into the carburetor. So the fuel line is on. The choke is on. And I'll tell you, if it's anything like my log splitter, it's going to start up on the first pull, even though it's never been started ever. Let's try. not so much. Let's take the choke off. Wow. Choke it a little bit. Take the choke off. See how this baby rides. The kill switch right here. This is for the headlights. It's on high beam. There's low beam, high beam. This is the kill switch. You just do this, and it's off. So, what's my take on this little bike? It's actually called a mini bike. I'll tell you if I can adjust the height of this thing. I'm like a mini me. I think it's great. I mean, it looks good. It's a lot faster than I thought it would be. You know, my son has a 125cc dirt bike, and he's like, oh, Dad, yours is going to be faster because it's 196cc. And I'm like, no, not necessarily. It has to do with torquing and stuff. I think he's right. You saw how fast I was coming up through there. Now, something I saw somebody else mention who did a demo video on one of these bikes, and I will concur with this. For some reason, the exhaust just shoots straight out over here on your left leg. And I'm usually wearing shorts. Frankly, when I'm not making videos, I'm usually just wearing boxers. I literally farm and garden or homestead and garden or whatever I do out here, usually my boxers, because we've got all the privacy. So you want to take that into consideration. I'll probably wear pants maybe if it gets bad. It's not so bad, it's noticeable. So folks, I'm very happy with this. I do want to thank my sponsor that worked this out. So yes, send me some more of your products that I probably don't understand, because I guess I'm obligated for the month of May to demo them for you since you got me this. I think it's well worth it. Folks, had I had to spend my own money on this, yeah, absolutely. Especially for, like I said, the main work I do around here is taking care of all these trees I've planted. I've literally planted forests. There's 400 trees there, fruit orchard down there with 60 or 80 fruit trees, apple orchards up here. And so I'm always doing a lot of pruning, a lot of clipping, and I don't need my big old chainsaw all the time. I just need mostly just hand tools on my little Nitty mini 6-inch chainsaw. But if I forget one thing and I'm like all the way down there and I have to walk all the way back to the house or garage to get it, once I've done that a couple times, I'm just worn out. So this bike will be used as a tool for me. I'll put my little hand tool backpack kit together, ride this thing all over the place, and so I will now have more energy to focus on the work I want to do instead of going back and forth for tools or going back when my wife says, honey, come here, and I'm like, what? And she goes, come here, that's what? And so I go back and I'm like, what? And she goes, oh, I was just wondering what you're doing. Oh, I just walked a quarter of a mile to tell you I'm over there taking care of my trees. Oh, okay, well, you can keep doing it. Oh, okay. So boom, there's a half mile. Now when she's like, honey, I'll be like, I'll be right there. Vroom, vroom. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video from, is that a deer? Looked like one, didn't it? I think it's a fence post in a tree, just in a very odd position. So I hope you enjoyed this video from the greatest homesteading channel on the entire planet that has nothing to do with homesteading, even though this kind of does. Homesteading Off the Grid. See ya for more next time.